Hello. So we are moving to that manipulation. And as you can see, we've reeled out our basic bodies to another paper entirely. This is one of the benefits of pattern drafting, whereby you can trace out your patterns and have them ready for use anytime, any day. So the first dart manipulation we'll be talking about. Okay, let me run through the different dart manipulations we have. We have the underarm, we have the center front, we have the shoulder dart, we have the waist dart, panel dart, and princess dart. Those are the manipulations we have when it comes to darts on the basic bodies. It could be more than that. In fact, it is actually more than that. So it depends on how you evolve, but for the sake of this class, we are going to be dealing just with five, six manipulations. So the first one we want to talk about now here is the underarm dart. Underarm dart. Don't forget our point D, and the next thing we're going to be doing is to note where our underarm is. This is our arm O, and definitely our underarm is here. So the first thing for us to do is to come down by 6 centimeters. We'll come down here by 6 centimeters and join to point D. We are going to join to point D. When we do this, we slash, then we'll close this. So I'm going to use my paper scissors to do that. But before then, to save us paper, I'm just going to cut this out because we won't be in need of this lower part. So we are going to slash this to the point D. This is it. So for us to have the open side here, we need to close the shoulder darts here. So I'm just going to fold this way. Here we have the open side. You could see that when we closed this, that was when this opened. So if we do not close it, it's not going to open. We're going to tape this down too as well on the paper underneath. The next thing for us to do is to measure 4 centimeters from point D up here and down here, then join together. Find the midpoint here. You're going to find the midline. After doing that, we'll join back to the center front, to the side front, sorry. You join back this way. You fold. Okay, you fold from this side together with the paper underneath here. I need more tape here. Why do we want to fold back? We want to fold back so that we can easily cut out the excess that we have here. And please, before you do that, note you're joining back to the original point here. You don't need this place to be very straight, but just make sure you are bringing it back to this point here. Then you had your sewing allowance I advise 1 inch so that it won't be too much, like just an inch measurement. It's enough for that. So I'm just going to come this way. Sorry. So the armhole measurement shouldn't be more than 1.5. You'll see the reason why we are cutting it first though. You can see the edge here is sharp and kind of curvy. If we cut straight up the other time, like just the way it was folded, you're going to have a kind of error there when you want to fold back your dart. So here we have the underarm dart. We have the underarm dart here, and you are holding back your dart from this place, holding this place to this point here. You don't have to come to this point D here, else you will have a pointed cloth there, like a pointed sharp edge will be there. So to avoid that, you will just stop here and iron your cloth out. That is that about the underarm dart. So the back pattern, the back bodies does not really need adjustment for the dart. What you could do here is just to remove the dart totally, and that is how we're going to do the rest. Like all the back patterns, that's the same thing we're going to do to the rest. My shoulder normally is 12.5, so I'm going to mark just 12.5 centimeters here, just the way it is, like directly, and I am going to join back to my armhole. I am joining it back to my armhole. So my dart here has been removed, and that is what we're going to do for everything, the rest of our clothes. Don't forget your sewing allowance 0.5 here. By the sides you have 1 inch, the zip allowance 1 inch, then you will have a fine dart on your basic bodies. They are going to cut this baby. Okay, so we are up to the next dart. This is my basic bodies, and the next dart here is the center front dart. Center front dart. Just like you held the shoulder dart at the underarm dart, the same thing you're going to do here. Don't forget your point D, and I am going to be cutting this place out at the same time, because we do not need this place and we need a paper underneath. Please, if you're working with a style that needs the extension to the hip side, your blouse to the hip side, don't cut it away. Just find a new paper and put underneath. So on your center front, you find any points you want, any points. I'll be using this side, then you join back to point D. When you do that, you slash, and you fold. You slash and fold your shoulder dart, just like we've done earlier. Notice if you do not fold your shoulder darts back, you're not going to have something opened here. So please fold your shoulder darts back and you will have that opening. You're going to tape back. That's why we need our tape, our sellotape. I'm going to tape back this way. This way. And just like we found the 4 inches, we're going to do the same. 4 inches here, 4 inches here, join together. Look for the midpoint and join back to your slash, like the center front side of the slash. So if you by any means found a clothes whereby they have a dart right in the front, this is just what they did to the clothes. So you bring back the foldings to these original points where your stuff had already started before. So if you are going to have a center front dart, that means your center front won't be cut on fold. It won't be cut on fold, so you have to add your sewing allowance. You have to add your sewing allowance. So but I did not add it here. So this is it. You have here, you can see that there is a change of direction. There's a change of direction here, so that's why you have to close it back before you trim out your excess or your excesses. Okay, that is that about the center front transfer, like the manipulation of that. Now we are moving to the shoulder dart itself. The shoulder dart itself, I am just going to talk about the shoulder dart. Okay. The shoulder dart. The shoulder dart could be left here, and we just slash the midpoint here and have our opening here instead of this place. Instead of us to pick out and transfer to the underarm or the center front, we are just going to find another point right on the shoulder line. So I am just going to pick a point this side, up this side. This is the point D, and I will slash. Okay, I'll slash, and I am going to fold my original shoulder darts. Let me just name it that way. I'm going to fold my original shoulder darts back. And we have the open side here. Okay, so just like I've done for the previous darts, I'm going to cut this side away and place here has the extra paper. You're going to just make a sellotape here. Make a sellotape here. And just like we drew up 4 centimeters here, drawing up 4 centimeters here too, we join together, we find the midpoint and join again. But most of the time we used to advise that you come up on the shoulder that's much more, like probably times 2 of what we normally come up with. That's 4 centimeters times 2, that's 8 centimeters, so that we are just not going to have a pointed edge lying on our bust. So we just join it together this way and look for the midpoint. Then you join back to our shoulder. Join back to our shoulder. We're still going to make this point meet. Make this point meet this point here, so that we'll be able to trim out our excess. And please don't forget the sewing allowance, so that you won't forget. I'm going to just add my 0.5 centimeters using my eye gauge. And here we have it. Okay, there's a squeeze here, but it ought to be a sharp edge here. So here we have the shoulder dart, like the dart manipulation, the transfer. And is it possible for you to transfer like different places on the same paper? Yes, it is. Just master the single ones, the center front, the underarm dart, everything differently, and by the time you're good with that, you can be able to divide it. You slash your side here, slash the center front here, slash the upper part, and deduct the darts. That means the dart you're going to take away from this place will not be as much as this. That means you're sharing the dart here with the underarm, with the center front, just on a fabric, just on a paperwork. So be good with this first, and afterwards you'll be able to manipulate whatever manipulation you want on your clothes. You will have different darts, and they will be neatly sewn. The next one.
Is that thing?
Yes.
Okay.